Welcome everyone, another episode here. A bit of a change in the way we're recording audio at the moment. As you can see, I'm about to fight a raid that's shown up outside my base from last episode. While I'm showing you that, I'm just going to fill you in on a few details. So I was going to be moving onto a new microphone to try and fix some audio problems, and unfortunately that's stuffed up and I'm still having the same audio problems as before. So I'm trying a new method for recording the audio, and I'm hoping that by doing that we're going to end up with a much better sound. So we're going to see how it goes. So today's episode is going to be a bit broken up with a little bit of voiceover and a little bit of live sound, and we're going to just see how that goes. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any strong feelings on that one, but hopefully this will do for now. So at the moment, I'm going to leave you in a moment to check out this raid, and then we'll see where we go from there. So enjoy, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. All right.
This is almost hilarious. Okay, well there we go. Raid down. Hope you all enjoyed that little moment. They didn't drop anything. Oh no, there's a banner. Well, a banner's not much, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Alright, enjoy that. Catch you in the episode.
Alright, so moving on from that, we've gotten on to a successful attack there, successful defense, I guess you would call it. So I've spent a bit of time building a bridge, as you can see, from the start of the episode, and I decided to try and finish that early in the episode here, and just try and get that looking a bit nicer, a bit more functional. So yeah, it was sort of important to me to start sort of developing the base as much as possible at the moment. I've always found that I'm spending far too much time setting up, and so today I decided, or in this series I decided, that I was going to do as much decorating as I could as I went along. As you can see, I've got a bit of a farm going, not the biggest farm obviously, it will get bigger, but for the moment it should do me enough to get a couple of beds going, so I can put some beds in different areas, keep myself in the daylight as much as possible, and obviously get some food going as well. My plan is to eventually have a lot of different farms going, but for beginning's sake, yeah, this will have to do it. So yeah, cows and sheep, and hopefully we'll get into sort of some, I don't know, I might do a chicken one, might do an automatic chicken farm eventually, but for the time being, yeah, it's just going to be the cows and the sheep for a little while, I think. So what I'm doing now, I'm clearing up some of the landscaping, again trying to make everything look nice and neat and beautiful and all the rest of it. And my aim here is to sort of just make the entrance to my base area functional, but also looking a whole lot better than it was before. So we're going to have to see how we go with that, but at the moment I think the main thing is to just clear down to the bridge level. I had thought about it later, I thought maybe I should have just built the bridge straight onto the land, but I don't know, I guess I just got obsessed with symmetry in that sense, but that's why I'm now faced with having to clear out a whole heap of dirt in front of it. You'll notice the tree's gone, obviously. I think I cleared that back an episode or two. Initially I was sort of thinking of trying to keep it, but then when I realised I wanted to do the bridge, I just thought, you know, the tree's got to go, it's just in the way, it looks horrible. So yeah, you can see in the background there I've got some sugarcane and so forth going as well. And obviously now we've got another raid going, so let's see how that one goes as well. So, that raid down, we moved on to our beach hut. I say beach hut, this was more of it's a fishing hut really. I spotted this out before, decided to dig out the rock and flatten it out and add, as you can see, dark oak and some cobblestone walls and roof to get me started on a fishing spot. I decided to try and go for something sort of fairly irregular, just to give it a bit more contour as such, and make it feel a little bit more rustic. So this was a little bit of pet project at the point, plus to move towards actually having a fishing spot. Now, as others would probably be horrified by, it isn't actually going to be just ordinary fishing. I am setting up for an AFK fish farm here. But as you'll see soon, that doesn't go quite to plan. But yeah, this is the area that I decided to set that up with. I thought that it's nice and out in the water, which means I should be well enough protected from mobs for the most part, and be able to just AFK for quite a period of time and get that sorted. So yeah, I started with building a dirt bridge out, as you can see, and I'm going to convert that into a proper bridge shortly, is the thinking. And then yeah, that means the tower that will be the base will have two bridges coming off it. As we can see here, we've moved into underneath that area basically, and this is where I'm developing the spot. And as you can see, I nearly commit suicide in the process. It's one of the few times I think where I've dug and then run forward without thinking about it, and trust me, it has meant from that point on, I have spent a lot of time considering where I'm walking before I get anywhere. So yeah, this has been an interesting learning curve this episode. So what I end up doing here is I end up setting up a nice platform to sort of catch me off with and so forth. Keep myself as safe as I can basically. And then yeah, set up the AFK fishing up the top there. And I spent probably a good couple of hours after this doing that. So yeah. Following a couple of hours of AFK fishing, like I said, I got to this clip. So I decided I was going to plant some trees, get a bunch of wood together, and yeah, it was quite good because I'd already gathered a bunch of different trees on my way here to this base. I spent probably Minecraft 2 days, I think, getting to the base. So I had plenty of resources to spread out in the different trees. And as you'll see, yeah, plans did not go to fruition. So, as you can see, yeah, creepers are friendly. Unfortunately, if you wind back, you can see that he was just visible in the tall grass in the distance, and I completely missed that one. So, yeah, I've kind of, to be honest, I'm still developing my skills of a hardcore world. Still not using the shield well enough, spending far too much time trying to run from things rather than really combat them correctly. So anyway, I got stuck back into a new map straight away. Decided I'm just going to not let this get me down and get moving again, and I got into getting some resources together and starting to wander around straight away. As you've seen in the clip here, I've spent some time, getting some wood, getting some coal, this sort of thing, and I just basically decided to start exploring to try and find somewhere that would be a bit more suitable for a base, and something, yeah, just a bit more interesting again. It's sort of, I don't know, 2 bases down that I really was enjoying, and now I'm sort of, yeah, like I said, I tried not to let that get me down, but I was really getting to the point now I was a bit frustrated because I'm like, creepers. So, anyway, I spent quite a bit of time exploring. It's sort of, yeah, it just dragged on after a while, to be honest. It's something I don't think is quite all that exciting and thrilling, to be honest. It was just, yeah, lots of land of general sort of Minecraft scenery and whatnot, and really not all that interesting. I get to this point where I'm like, I want something that's sort of different, and it's sort of, I'm sure everyone goes through this. You go through that phase where you're like, it's a new map, and you're like, I want to do something different, and invariably you end up towards either a cave or a castle type feature, and you're like, that's not what I wanted. And so you're trying to come up with a different way of doing things. And that was the case with this map. I just spent ages trying to find something, and I got through, as we'll see coming up, got through a couple of different pirate ships and things like that, which ended up being more risky than anything, not particularly handy. But yeah, it was just sort of one of those things where the longer it went on, the more sort of essentially depressed over the map I got. So yeah, we'll see. I've probably wound it up by now in the video, but we'll see that I've gotten through a bit, and we'll see where this ends up, shall we? So, as we saw, I did a lot of exploring, got a lot of nice loot and so forth. But as I was saying before, it was being very difficult to find somewhere to settle down. So although I felt like I was filling my pockets, I didn't really feel the motivation to settle anywhere, and it was starting to become quite a struggle. And as we're about to see in the clip, it got to night time, I'm still trying to collect loots, and I'm getting surrounded by drown. And unfortunately, it ends another run in a few moments, and that's the thing, it just basically got to the point where I think I was just not motivated enough to keep myself safe enough. So anyway, with another run down, that's 5 done. We're up to number 6 after this episode, so thanks to all those watching so far, and leave a comment, subscribe, like, all the rest of it if you want to keep me going. I am going to keep going regardless, but yeah, feel free to keep me encouraged, and hopefully we'll find the next round is a bit more effective. I'm going to try and implement a few more strategies, so yeah, we'll see how we go. So enjoy the rest of the clip, everybody.